Day 2 of Sixers training camp officially in the books. Today we'll talk about everything you need to know from day 2, including Paul George winning the day. That is right, adapting beautifully to this Sixers roster already, and he surprised Nick Nurse with a couple of things. Also, Tyrese Maxey's leadership continuing to evolve, and yesterday he did one thing that exemplifies how he's already taken another step. And one Sixers rookie apparently impressing all of the vets at practice. We'll get into it all, but of course, welcome in to Philly Take with RB. Do me a favor, go down below the video, hit the red subscribe button, and help us get our goal of 40K subs if you do enjoy this video. I want to start it off at the end of yesterday. The Sixers page put out a little Maxey reel, and I've been telling you, I'll say it again. He is the key. Buy your Maxey stock right now. Buy low. Sell high. Okay, Tyrese Maxey is going to be a leader on this team. He is going to take over. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. More to come today. Look at this man driving through traffic. We even got a little Maxey post fades in this clip. Tyrese Maxey is instructing this squad. He is being looked at to step up and be a leader with Joel Embiid, as well as Paul George. What a turnaround right there. Absolutely incredible. Shout out to Tyrese Maxey, and we'll start it off with him as well, because once again, he was a winner of the day. Just like he won yesterday, Tyrese Maxey continues to stack up these wins, and so far, in my opinion, he's probably the winner overall of Sixers training camp, and PHLY puts this out. Tyrese Maxey spent the summer trying to improve as a playmaker. That is the one thing he's honing in on, and here's what he had to say today, quote, "Honestly, the biggest thing for me was just making reads when I get into the paint. In the league, the shot quality right now, you have to be able to shoot threes and make threes, and I think we'll be able to do that." So shout out to Maxey. He's trying to get his teammates involved, take that next step. He started off last year really good as a playmaker, wasn't turning the ball over a lot, and I think we've seen, some of those leaps from Maxey, but there's so much potential for him to really take over this offense and take some of that burden off Joel Embiid as well. So I'm excited about Maxey. He also says that a part of his goal is to be more of an intentional leader. We started to hear a little bit about this yesterday from guys like Kelly Oubre, and we have more on it today. But here's what Maxey did. He took Jared McCain and Adem Bona out for a dinner last night following the Sixers practice. So this to me is a really good sign of leadership. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to bond with his teammates. And keep in mind, Maxey's still very young, in his early 20s, but like he said at Media Day, as a guy who's now been in the league for 5 years, he feels it is part of his responsibility with getting better on the court as well as getting off the court, to be there for his guys, be there for his squad. And now these guys are looking up to people like Tyrese Maxey. And then this was really the telling statement of the day that shows why Maxey is continuing to grow. Nick Nurse said, "When we first started last year playing games, I was like, oh boy, we have a long way to go with him using his voice leadership-wise. And then I thought he grew really fast in 6 or 8 weeks, so I think he's assumed more of that." And he says, quote, "Just having pre-practice and post-practice pretty high-level convos with him about what is happening and what needs to happen. Today we had a really long talk before practice about some things I saw yesterday that I needed to see differently, and he went out and did them today." So that is really telling again, in addition to helping his teammates out, he is coachable. He's listening. He wants to learn. He wants to be the greatest version of himself, and he wants to be better. He's not going to sit there now and say, oh, because I'm one of the highest paid players on the team and I'm Tyrese Maxey and I'm an all-star already, my ego's here and I don't need to learn. I'm continuing to be better already. No, he's saying, Coach Nurse, you teach me the wisdom. I'm going to soak it in like a sponge and we're going to go forward and I'll get better 1% each and every single day. Now let's look at some Sixers footage from day 2. Shout out to Lauren Rosen for capturing this. We got a little bit of a shoot around. Don't think they were in again during the actual practice. Hopefully they'll get in at some point this week, but they definitely did get a lot more footage, a couple reels as well. We have Austin Krell who says notable drills from today. Guerschon Yabusele working on angled ball screens into floaters. Caleb and KJ Martin, no, they're not related, by the way, with spot-up threes, practicing those, and then Caleb Martin with a catch-and-shoot 3 off of a spin without much time to perceive the basket. And let's see if we can pull that up a little bit. Here we go. Maybe you can see it. Caleb Martin's over here in the corner, spinning, shooting 3. So like I said, I think to play in a Nick Nurse system, you have to be versatile, and it's important to just continue to expand your horizon. So shout out to these guys for getting some shots up. I want to talk about the Sixers rookie that impressed everybody today, and it was Jared McCain. We've been talking a lot about, is McCain going to have a role? Is he going to be on the Sixers or the Blue Coats or what? And Nurse talked about Jared McCain today. He says, quote, his toughness level is up there. He's a scrapper. He really works at the defensive end. He's one of the guys where there's a big pile and he comes out of it with the ball and you're like, how did he do that? He's just one of those guys that does it. He's a guy that has the knack and knows for it. He's got some toughness, and that sounds exactly like the type of players that Nick Nurse likes to use in his system. So if McCain continues to hone in on the little things, yes, he's going to have an opportunity to shine with this team, and it sounds like he's making a really good impression. In addition to that, one of the older vets now on the team, Eric Gordon, who's been around the game for a while, says he is very impressed by Jared McCain in their early days as teammates. Quote, he can play without a doubt. I would say he's going to have a good long career. So shout out to Eric Gordon, some nice praise from one of the vets that always will make a younger guy feel comfortable. And speaking of a guy who is on a journey right now, talk about Yabusele. He wants to be in the league. He's had a long journey just to get back to the NBA. Guerschon Yabusele spoke about how his game has grown since last playing in the NBA. Quote, mentally, I'm a different basketball player than I was with the Celtics. That's amazing. That's growth right there. He says, I grew up a lot, shooting skill, reading stuff on the court. When you're off the ball, what can I bring? How can I help my team get open, get rebounds, stuff like that? These are the types of things that we like to hear from these complementary role pieces, right? Not to single out a guy, but Tobias Harris. Did Tobias Harris ever say something like this, talking about emphasizing and honing in on the little things? Oh, where can I help my team out, right? How can I be the best fitting player? How can I rebound better? How can I play off the ball? And it's not just Tobias, there's other players as well, but it's so important that this guy understands to buy into the overall vision of the team. I have to buy into my role first. And like I said yesterday, they don't need Yabusele to be a superstar. They don't need him to go out there and drop 30 points. Just do the little things. Rebound, hit your corner threes, defend multiple positions, be tough, be gritty. It seems like he really understands that already, and I like how he is trending upwards already, apparently making a statement at Sixers training camp. Here is Eric Gordon and Guerschon Yabusele getting in some shots at the post-practice shoot-around. Once again, look at his damn floor, man. I really feel like they're about to go out there and have a wedding. Somebody getting married or what? Practicing on a ballroom floor is crazy. But all right, let's talk about the real winner of the day, right? The overall winner from day 2 has to be Paul George, and everybody's focused in on PG and his impact, things like that. We'll start off with a little bit of PG footage, post-practice shooting drills, and he's out there with Rico Hines. He spent a lot of time with the Rico Hines runs, trying to bond more with his teammates. There's PG. Looks to be in really good shape, man. 34 years old, got to keep that body right. And he's just going through the motions, knocking down shots, a pure veteran, an all-star guy who understands. He's coming in trying to win a championship. This is no light business, all right? The fans of Philly need it to happen. And Nick Nurse talked about PG's presence already with the Sixers, saying it's been felt, quote, you could see a star-level player go to work. You can see it. You can feel it. It's just a level above. It's pretty cool. I've probably been most impressed with the way he looks defensively. He's doing things that we want to do that we haven't taught yet. He's really got a good knack for where to be and what to do defensively. That is huge. That will always earn you extra points in a Nick Nurse system. And obviously, we're excited about the offensive firepower, the prowess that this team has. But defensively, they're going to have to be switchable. They're going to have to play as a unit. And for Paul George to already have Nick Nurse saying these types of things about his defensive tendencies and how he looks is so huge for this team. He's got to be pluggable. He has to be versatile and do different things for this team. It's not going to be, the PG show every night. So how can he impact the game? How can he fit in? And I think he is already doing that, which is apparently leaving good impressions. Let's hear what Tyrese Maxey has to say in addition to that.
What have you learned from playing ball?
I learned a lot, honestly. I learned that he's a great shooter. That's number one, like a spot-up shooter. When you can do that, it makes you very dangerous, especially when playing with Joel Embiid. I mean, you need shooting around him. He has a quick trigger as well, and then he's tall, so he can shoot over guys. Learned that, and then he kind of lets the game come to him. I mean, he never forces anything. He hit a big shot today, like a game-winning shot today in camp. So, we can go to him in the clutch. We know that, and we know that he can, he's for a superstar, all-star guy. He's a plug-and-play guy. You know what I'm saying? That's a good compliment for somebody who likes the ball in his hand. You can never just plug and play anywhere in any type of situation. That's a good compliment.
Shout out to Paul George, man. He's going to fit in seamlessly with this roster. Maxey already on board, and love the fact that he's already noticing his impact as well. Maxey says Paul George's shooting and quick trigger and size have stood out in the first few days of practice. Talked about him as a plug and play, which we already discussed. Noted a clutch factor, and if you heard in that clip, he said PG hit a game winner today. Maybe a little bit of foreshadowing. PG hitting a game winner this year, maybe a few. PG getting some corner threes up following Sixers' second practice of training camp. Here he is out there putting in the reps. You can have all these years in the league. You can have all these reps. Doesn't matter. Let me keep getting shots up. Another guy that's not afraid to shoot the three ball. I love it. I love it. We're going to need that to be automatic, PG. We need you to be a well-oiled machine. Maxey, PG, and Embiid, they should be unstoppable. We have Caleb and KJ Martin getting up shots together after day 2 of Sixers training camp. Once again, no affiliation here. They're not related. They're not most distant cousins. They both just have the last name Martin. And oh, by the way, they're both going to be fighting for the power forward position. Great footage here. Shout out again to all the reporters. And just to end it off on something light, I put this tweet up yesterday. It absolutely blew up. I said Ben Simmons may have rubbed off on Mikal Bridges before leaving the Nets. Ladies and gentlemen, did the Knicks have a problem? Did they just get cursed? Look at Mikal Bridges' shot. Who has the best shot in his video? Is it Mikal Bridges or Campaign? Look at that. Oh, it's ugly. It sucks seeing Campaign in a Knicks uni. Whose jump shot is worse? I don't know. What's up with Mikal Bridges? I've never seen a hitch at the point of release like that. Oh my gosh, that is ugly. Give me your thoughts on that down below. At the end of the day, appreciate everybody for tapping in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll keep you up to date with everything, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.